Have enjoyed the weather across Arkansas and Oklahoma the past couple of days. I mean, we've hit 60s and 70s. Now today it got kind of cool, especially the evening with that south wind really roaring, but we'll have that south wind tomorrow too, ahead of a wintry mess coming towards the central United States. If you remember a couple weeks ago, as we started the month of February, we've got, several inches of snow in Northwest. We got a few inches in the River Valley with a lot of sleet and ice. Well, this storm track is somewhat similar, kind of same setup. However, things are just about 100 miles north. So we're on the warmer side for much of Arkansas and Oklahoma. We've actually got a storm threat. We'll continue to look at those storm threats coming in from the Storm Prediction Center, Norman, here very shortly. But storm threats, rain threats throughout much of the Natural State and Sooner State, but just off towards the north, heavy snow coming in from Kansas, Missouri, and then right into the Great Lakes, and then kind of a mix of some sleet and some ice stretching from about Springfield, Missouri, right towards St. Louis and Indianapolis. But we're hopping on here live. You guys can submit your questions, and we'll try to go over those here very shortly. I'm going to get a couple things ready, but I hope you guys have had a great Tuesday. Things are about to get a little bit more active in the weather department here for the rest of the week. It's been pretty nice here the past couple of days, kind of sleepy, right? I mean, we've been enjoying that sunshine. I remember this time last year, my goodness, we had temperatures barely trying to get into the teens. We were below freezing for 10 days straight in Bentonville. We were below freezing for 9 days straight in Fayetteville, and then 7 days straight in Fort Smith and throughout much of the River Valley. But warmer weather is here at the moment, but that's not going to last very much longer. If you've got the 5 News app, you're just about to get your phone or a tablet to buzz here in just a second. But we are tracking our next system coming in. This one's going to be a lot less wintry and much more rainy, I think, as a couple days start to progress. All right, let's get into the mix of things. So it's all dependent on where the low pressure system is really going to track the next couple of days. A lot of it's going to be kind of right along this black line. Where you have the low pressure, you got warmer air. And right around the low pressure or south of low pressure, you've got chances for that rain. And as that moves off, though, towards the Indiana Hoosier Valley up towards the Great Lakes, we'll have to watch because some of this cooler air will start to sink in south, and we may even get a little bit of a wintry mix in parts of northwest Arkansas. Here's a little bit closer look at home. Let me start the map over. There you go. A closer look at home. Much of southeastern Oklahoma into central parts of Arkansas, we've got higher storm threat. Rain for much of Fort Smith, Van Buren, north and in northwest Arkansas, but some of us on the back end could try to get a little wintry mix. So we've got a big laundry list of things to do. We got a chore list in the weather department. Tonight, the clouds are here. Some of us had a beautiful sunset. A lot of folks have been sending in their pictures. Feel free to send in your guys' pictures too. We're going to be showcasing them on 5 News later tonight. But things are going to get cloudy overnight. You're not really going to be able to see the stars, especially later tonight. As the clouds build, tomorrow we'll probably start off dry, but in the afternoon, this whole storm system gets a little bit closer. We'll have some showers developing. I think tomorrow's not really a bad day. We're not going to have really much sun, but the clouds will increase. A few showers in the afternoon. I think the downpours, the heavier rain, starts to come in overnight Wednesday, probably just after sunset. For most of the daylight hours, it's really not going to be that bad for your Wednesday. As we're waking up, though, Thursday morning, right around or just before sunrise, we may actually have a few thunderstorms. The severe risk is very low. It's there, but it's low. I think a lot of us are going to wake up Thursday with heavy rain and a few rumbles of thunder. Many of us in western Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma, we haven't had any thunderstorms yet this year. Of course, that's not saying very much. What are we, 40-something days into the year? But it's been a while. It's been since December. So watch out for some thunder. Not really huge storms coming our way, but there could be some gusty winds as we're waking up with a few kind of booms just around with some of that thunder and lightning that's going to be out there. Once the thunderstorms ride through, that's actually where the cold front is. Once the thunder starts to die off, it's going to get markedly colder throughout your Thursday. Temperatures dropping sharply throughout the day. In fact, we'll probably start the morning in the 50s and 60s, and we'll end the day right around sunset in the teens and 20s. Wind chills even lower than that. But then also, as temperatures cool off throughout the day on Thursday, if the clouds lower and if we have any moisture left, that's likely to be on the frozen side. There could be a little bit of flurry activity in northwest and in the mountains, maybe a couple sleet pellets mixing in too. For now, the River Valley, it's going to be hard to get some of that coldest air south in time before the moisture wraps up. But I tell you what, there's probably going to be a lot of that chilly, windy mist. The rest of your Thursday is going to be a very raw day across Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. And then for Thursday afternoon and evening, we're going to have wind chills in the teens. So actual air temperatures may be upper teens, low 20s, but that wind will get you. It's going to feel pretty chilly around here, I think. Here's that next storm system. Doesn't look like much, right? I think, there's nothing going on, just clouds. At the moment, it looks pretty weak. But once this thing starts to kind of dip south and then eastbound, more of that Gulf moisture that we've been actually developing throughout the day. We had that south wind connected right to Louisiana and to the Texas coast. That humidity has been coming in. We're not feeling it all that much. It's mostly upstairs in the higher elevations or higher levels of the atmosphere. But once we get the storm system move in, we'll be able to use some of that. We've got clouds coming in right now to Arkansas and Oklahoma. It's mainly been that south wind. You've had to hold on today. Man, it's been windy area wide. We've had gusts up to 35 miles per hour throughout the day. Big time breezes coming out of the south. We're going to take a look at some of those wind speeds in just a second. But right now we've got the clouds moving in. We were right on the edge of the clouds, right near sunset, so we had a beautiful sky. But more clouds coming in from the west, and they're likely to not just move in, but kind of expand and start to thicken up a little bit too. Right now, wind speeds look to be a touch lighter. That's good, right? Anywhere between 5 to up to almost 20 miles per hour. These are just sustained winds. These are the very minimum that you're always getting at the moment. 18 mile per hour sustained winds in Fayetteville. It's the gusts, you know, those quick rapid bursts of air that come in that really make things chilly. We're right next to 30 mile per hour gusts right now in Fayetteville. We were a little bit stronger earlier today. The winds get even stronger in Oklahoma. That's where they had red flag warnings. We've had a high fire danger throughout the day. We had a little bit of smoke somewhere in northwest, I think near Rogers, and of course we had the fire in Kibler. Zoe Henry was live at that earlier for a 5 and 6 o'clock newscast. A vacant building, vacant home was burnt down. But fire danger is high because things are kind of dry and that south wind has been roaring. We are still in the 50s and 60s right now. Earlier today we got just next to 70 degrees. Right now in Northwest, we're kind of in a mix between upper 50s and low 60s. It looks like just Fayetteville and Siloam Springs are holding on to the 60s at the moment. You head north on US 71 or I-49 to Springdale, we hit some upper 50s, and then we're all in the upper 50s once you head from Elm Springs and cross into the county line with Benton County. Rogers, Bentonville reporting at 59. In the River Valley at 64. Right now in Fort Smith, we're in the low 60s in LaFleur County, and then you head east towards Johnson County. Clarksville sitting at 62 degrees. Here's another way to look at the timeline. All right, so next 48 hours, things are going to get active for us. Tomorrow is kind of, if you had to rank the 2 days in terms of craziness, Thursday's at the top. Tomorrow, your Wednesday's not too bad. It's going to be windy. It'll be cloudy. Temperatures in the 60s. That cold front, though, won't arrive until Thursday, so we'll just get a few showers, and I especially think for the afternoon. I think a lot of us may be dry headed out the door tomorrow morning. You want to check with meteorologist Tyler Moore. There could be a quick little shower or two that tries to pop up early tomorrow morning, but expect light showers to start your Wednesday. Really, those chances ramp up for the afternoon and evening. The downpours come in, I think, after sunset, so light showers throughout most of your Wednesday. Close to midnight, Wednesday night, expect those downpours, and then Thursday is kind of the crazy day. Notice the timing. We're likely to get a few thunderstorms crossing the state line right around sunrise, maybe a little bit just before sunrise. And in February, to get morning storms, it's really difficult. A lot of times they fall apart. There's just not enough energy usually in the atmosphere this time of year. You can get good morning storms in May and June. February is a little bit different. You really got to get them in the afternoon. We'll take a look at those storm risk maps in a moment and kind of dive deeper into that topic too. But Thursday morning, we'll start off with rumbles of thunder, some good downpours. And then throughout your Thursday, the rain starts to pull on out, but we still have this light chance, very slight chance of a little bit of precipitation left over. But as temperatures cool off, you see this purple color? That's the chance for a wintry mix, especially in northwest Arkansas. In the River Valley, it's just going to be a cold mist, I think, for the rest of your Thursday. Patchy, it's going to be windy too. Not going to be the nicest day Thursday, but good news, things look a lot better as you head from Friday and into the weekend. Here's a look at your storm risk zone. We've never quite done this before where we have Wednesday's severe risk on top of Thursday's severe risk, but if you notice here in the yellow colors, they're kind of two bullseyes, right? One towards the east, central Arkansas, east towards the deep south. And then for Wednesday, you got this bullseye in central Oklahoma, south to north Texas. What's going to happen is tomorrow afternoon, that cold front will come out of the Rockies, start to come into the plains. And as that moisture continues to flow in, we're going to watch some showers and a few thunderstorms develop. This is not going to be a huge outbreak for us, but it's probably our first time we've really had severe weather here in the Central Plains and Ozarks so far for 2022. There's going to be a lot of rotation in the atmosphere. The problem is most of the energy will be upstairs. So when you get rotation, but it's all super high up, it's not actually the best to get tornadoes. The tornado risk is very low. You really need that rotation to be lower in the atmosphere to really spin those things up. but it looks like the rotation will be higher up, and rotation higher up in the atmosphere actually helps your updrafts and downdrafts. This is kind of getting in the weeds though. And when you have good downdrafts and updrafts, you can get better hailstones. And so I think the major threat will be downpours plus the chance for some hail and some lightning. But notice right in between the yellow, we've got this green color going in from northwest Arkansas right into the river valley. Why? It's all based on timing. So this whole system is fluid, right? This light blue cold front, that's the cold front coming in for Thursday. So we kind of made it a little bit less, more transparent, I should say, less opaque here on the map. But that cold front, as it pushes east, good thunderstorms across Oklahoma and Texas. But overnight and into early Thursday morning, they'll finally start to cross the state line. But thunderstorms at night in February, very difficult to keep on going a little bit this far north. Better chances towards the Gulf. It's going to be hard. I think a lot of us will get good downpours. But then once that line of activity, that cold front pushes away, we've already had the morning, and it pushes eastbound into central and eastern Arkansas by the afternoon, we'll start to fire up more thunderstorms. Those could be possible as they press east towards the Mississippi River. But for now, we're kind of sandwiched in between. We've kind of got the best case scenario in terms of severe weather, so we're super thankful for that. But still level 1 severe risk. Well, I know the map kind of looks a little wonky here, a little bit zoomed up, but a couple runs of thunder I think is really our main impact. With the rain and how much rain is coming our way, I think a lot of us are going to be next to an inch. Some of us a little bit above, some of us a little bit below. For now, it looks like the highest rainfall trends may be in the mountains and in parts of northwest Arkansas. So from Fayetteville and Bentonville, I think we'll at least get an inch. We've got this pocket of some heavier rain right in northern Crawford County and in southern Washington County, maybe in northern Franklin County too. You get a little bit farther south, Fort Smith, South Dakota, Waldron, maybe up to an inch. It's a good rainmaker for us, especially in February. But then we have the chance for the winter weather. This is where it's going to kind of shock all our systems, how cold it's going to get and how quickly it's going to get that cold as temperatures drop well below freezing. As everything wraps up, we're going to show you Futurecast in just a moment. As everything wraps up, we'll have some flurries flying around, I think, in northwest, mainly from the mountains and northbound. It's going to be hard to get anything, I think, south into the river valley. We'll have to see, but for now, it looks like the chances are a little bit farther towards the north. And just towards our north, too, you get those darker blues. Heavier snow and actually more accumulating snow will take place in Missouri and in parts of southeastern Kansas. All right, let's walk through Futurecast. Tonight, things are quiet, just windy and kind of cloudy. The clouds will continue to thicken up, I think, overnight. Tomorrow morning, as you're headed out the door, go ahead and bring the umbrella, even if it's not raining at the moment. It's going to be cloudy. It's going to be windy, too. At least it's not going to be chilly, though. We'll start in the 50s, thanks to that south wind we'll have all night. But there could be a couple sprinkles out there, so be on the lookout for that. They're not going to be major. As you head towards lunchtime, I think even for recess, a lot of recesses may go ahead and do them outside just because there could be some light showers here and there. I think a lot of us will be dry, though. Later into the afternoon, the showers start to expand a little bit more. They get a little bit heavier, but still just kind of on and off. You'll still have a lot of dry periods, I think, throughout your Wednesday. But after sunset, and look at the time, close to 10 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, evening, that's when the rain will start to thicken up a little bit, start to increase in its intensity and its coverage. And then by Thursday morning, as we're waking up, so we've slept and now we're waking up for Thursday to start the day, there's that cold front. Finally, temperatures will start to drop. And right along that cold front is where we have that chance for a few thunderstorms. But with the timing, I don't think it's going to be all that bad for us right along the state line, Arkansas and Oklahoma. Yes, there's going to be a few rumbles of thunder. There could be a stray severe thunderstorm warning. Meteorologist Tyler Moore will walk you through those Thursday morning. But then it's time for that cold air. If you look off towards the north and west, kind of hard not to, right? You see that pink color. That's a little bit of this sleet, this mixing in at times with some of the rain a little bit farther north. We won't see that mix really coming in and towards the afternoon. We're going to get maybe glanced by it for parts of northwest Arkansas and then snow back off towards the west. But all the precipitation, the heavy stuff is going to be out of here, I think, for the afternoon. For the rest of Thursday, you've got some low clouds and spitting out some sleet pellets, maybe a few flurries. Those will last into Thursday afternoon, maybe a quick band or two moving across northwest. Not sure if it's going to be enough to really do anything, though, impact-wise. You may see it, especially if you have, a fog lamp or some sort of security lamp, around your house, and you look into that, flip it on, and when you got a dark sky, you can kind of see some of those snow pellets or snowflakes a little bit better. That may be the only way to really see this stuff. Otherwise, I think it's just been kind of cold and misty, temperatures dropping quickly. Now, you see the map right now. Most of us will be next to or below freezing, but our wind chills will be in the teens, so it's going to feel a lot cooler for your Thursday. The good news, though, this system is not going to have the cold air with it forever. Remember this time last year, that cold front kept things cold for 7 to 10 days. When I say cold, I mean below freezing for 7 to 10 days straight around our parts, right? This one, not so much. In fact, all our afternoon highs should be above freezing. Now, Thursday will be dropping quickly. In fact, that 52 is going to take place in the morning, and then later towards sunset, we'll have temperatures in the teens. So it's going to get pretty chilly pretty quickly. But then by Friday, we'll wake up. We'll start in the more of those teens, but I think we'll still get to the 40s though. Friday still looks nice, and we clear out the clouds, we get more sun, the weekend looks beautiful. So just a temporary cool down if you got that weather alert coming in for your Thursday. In the River Valley, we'll start with some mid to upper 60s tomorrow afternoon. Got a couple showers, especially in the afternoon. Nothing too crazy, but then overnight that rain will pick up. We'll start the morning with some rumbles of thunder. Temperatures in the morning also starting in the 50s, but we'll watch the temperature drop really quickly, and we'll end the day somewhere in those 20s. Thunder turning over to a very cold, chilly mist. And then by Friday morning, we'll start below freezing, but I think we'll still get up to some 50s. Lots more sun. There may be a few clouds left over in the morning, but the sun will pop out. And then we've got beautiful sunshine heading into this weekend. And then maybe even 70s next week. So this is just kind of a quick hit coming our way. I'm going to pull this out, go over any kind of questions that you guys have this evening. Hope you guys have enjoyed the weather the past couple of days. Hasn't been too bad. This storm system is not going to be nearly as wintry at all compared to the last one that we had 2 weeks ago. I'm backing up the maps right now. But we still could get a little bit of snow flurry activity, maybe a couple sleet pellets, just as we're wrapping things up, a couple hours, and then we're it. I'm getting to the back to the full map. There we go. This is kind of the full look at who's getting rain and who's getting more of that sleet and mix and snow. Let's see. I don't think I have this. All right. Renee says more spring. We're on the way. In fact, what's interesting is we can actually take a look at what's called phenology. Kind of shows us where leaves are starting to bud, and trees are starting to get maybe a couple leaves. Only certain species, though. Kind of every species has a different time frame, different timeline on when they start to get their leaves. But we have noticed in southern Arkansas and even portions of extreme southern Oklahoma, a couple leaf buds are starting to come back. So those are a sign that winter is starting to end and spring is going to be here soon. Now, it's not going to be widespread, of course, just a couple of tree species. I'm not exactly sure which ones, but be on the lookout for that. We've got rain and thunderstorms possible the next couple of days. I think those thunderstorms in western Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma, kind of a sliver right where we live near the state line, they'll be a little bit weaker. They'll be stronger in Oklahoma. They'll be stronger in central Arkansas too. But otherwise, I think most of the snow and sleet threats will be off towards our north. So that's some good news. We'll have to see if any of the next storm systems have enough cold air to give us more wintry weather. But of course, system by system, as now we're in mid-February, this is the time to get more winter storms. And after this, we're starting to get towards the warmer side of things. Storm threat's going to come up. Now, in a couple of weeks, we're really excited. We have a 5 News severe weather special that we'll be airing. We'll have different episodes every night for a week coming by the end of February and into early March. We'll take a look at, first of all, how many tornadoes we get on average and county by county. Who gets the most around here on average? We'll take a closer look at some bigger storms that we've had in the past. We'll take a look at, of course, what you should do when a severe storm strikes in different scenarios, not always just at your house, right? What if you're at a business, sporting complex, different things like that. And then, of course, we'll have our 2022 severe weather outlook. So I'll be excited to release. What are we expecting this spring? A couple signs to look at. And we're taking a closer look and diving deep into the research to let you know what you can expect so far, our best guess for 2022. You guys have a good rest of your Tuesday evening. We'll give you more updates as they come in. Appreciate you guys. Keep it local, keep it here. We'll keep you advised.